guys ready?
Yeah, join us at the fire, man.
All right, everybody hush. A hush pulse of What is up, everybody? This is KOTPodcast, episode 3, with your host, Tony. My co-host, Goo. Say hi, Goo.
What is up? Hope
Today
everyone's
we've
having a
got,
wonderful night.
We've got two guests today, maybe a third if he actually shows up. I'm talking to you, Gaming Protocol. You're supposed to be here already. We've got DJ Dark Raven. Say hi.
What's going on, fellas?
And then we've got the Jorge. Say hi.
What is good, everyone?
So,
Well,
I
I
am
think we should
super
give a little
stoked
more detail on who
this
DJ
week, though,
is.
no. This week, I'm super stoked for Iron Banner, guys. Like, it's Iron Banner. Let's go.
Should have been this week, but
Yeah,
we
Iron Banner's
won't
not
talk about
this week, but it is
What?
next week. Yeah.
But Iron Banner.
Well, that's when we're gonna go ahead. That's why we went ahead and had such a big push at scrims and had so many scrim signups.
True.
Oh. Why don't you tell us more about Scrimson, DJ? Seeing as that's your thing.
Well, let me start off by saying kind of who I am. I am DJ Dark Raven. I am the treasurer and an admin in this clan. I have been here for, I want to say, almost a year or so. It's been a nice little ride. When I first got here, I kind of went ahead and brought to the attention that we needed to have another place for everybody to pretty much do sign-ups for things like scrims and be able to sell different clan paraphernalia and just any little things that you could think of. So I went ahead and created the site, and I created a sign-up page for scrims. So pretty much what you do, there's blocks on the scrim page, knightsofthephoenix.com/scrims, and you would go there and you would just select the time slot that you want. Right now we have several time slots to choose from, the most popular ones being the 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and the 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Of course.
And you go ahead and sign up, and at that point, once we get at least 6 signups, we go ahead and create a team based off of mainly KD. We factor in ELO for trials and things like that, just to try to make it a more even match.
Do you guys care about location at all when you make that matchup? I thought about that the other day, because that would help out a little bit for matchups.
Yeah, that comes up. Like the other day, we had 2 people who were in Israel. And at first we had put them on the same team. Then it kind of made sense that, well, if we're going to have 2 different people in Israel, we'll just try to put them on 2 different teams. And so we did that. But then it kind of went crazy, because then we also had 2 people from the UK, and then we had another person from New Zealand. And it was just like people all over the planet, and then it was me from the US. So it's like we have people from all over the globe, and so it gets a little tough sometimes if you want to go strictly off of locations. So
that sounded like a
part,
matchmaking nightmare to me.
Oh yeah, I mean there was definitely some lag, and it wasn't that great of an experience, but it was still fun to play with clan, play with people you hadn't played with before.
Of course.
And let's just go ahead and go on from there. A lot of people wound up having some issues when they sign up for the site on knightsofphoenix.com, and I just wanted to go over a couple little things that kind of help speed things along for the sign up. A lot of people didn't know that once you first go through the registration page, after that registration page, it tells you that it sends you an email, and it wants you to click on that link in the email in order to activate your account. Then a lot of people get it twisted and either don't check their emails, or they don't look in their spam or something like that. So once they go and check their spam, they'll get it, or look in their inbox if it's not sent to their spam. They go ahead and click the link. It activates their account, but it does not mean that they are approved, because I could have anybody go and do that, and then they'd have access to our site. They'd be able to go up onto our scrim board and do all that. So at that point, an admin either me, Dan 1503, or Short Round 84 one of us will have to go in and actually approve that user and set his account up so that he can access the scrims. And at that point, you're pretty much signed up. But a lot of people think that after they click that email, they should be able to log in right away, and that's not the case. So I just wanted to clear that up. Um,
Hold on, DJ. I'm gonna
Other
pause you right
than
there.
that,
I'm gonna pause you right there real quick.
Yeah.
Can you make the party invite only?
Already ahead of you. I got it.
And then gaming. Make sure. Can you hear me, gaming? Gaming, you there?
So
It's not showing anything. But okay, let's continue.
Yeah,
this
continue.
past weekend with trials, we had the glitch where everyone was invisible. So the way to fix that was to reset your clan tag. That also had to be approved by admin, right?
Oh yeah, when you set your clan tag, anything like that, it has to go through Bungie.net, and you go ahead and set your clan tag. Admin goes in, either me, Hunter's Triumph, Axo, or Short Round. We'll all go in there, and sorry if I forgot anybody. I'm through those names off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But at that point, you're part of the clan basically, and I mean we have Knights of the Phoenix and we have KOTP Rising, so being part of either one gives us to either any of the things that any of the other ones do. The only thing it does exclude you from is our prizes. Our prizes that we give out during like Iron Banner and things like that. We only include Knights of the Phoenix members because that's the main one that we push for in Destiny Clan Wars. So
Makes sense.
So if basically, in order to get inside of Knights of the Phoenix, you show that you are going to grind for your clan. You're going to put up for your clan. So if we notice somebody is consistently putting forth, let's say, 1 million points, 500,000 points even, towards Iron Banner DCW, then hey, we're going to kind of boot somebody out who doesn't have that many points in their main. So, I mean, they're not going to get booted out the clan. They're just going to get booted and put into Rising. So at that point, like I said, that's how we kind of try to manage the rosters. Like right now, we're doing pretty good. We're at 100 members, which is capacity. We're just going through trying to find out if anybody's going to be out of town or anything like that, because Iron Banner is supposed to come up this upcoming week.
Right. Yeah, I saw OG posted in the
Supposedly.
chats trying to get whoever wasn't going to be available to let you guys know so you can get someone who's going to play, put up points for the squad. I think that's really important.
We've made a couple of those. Yeah, we've made a couple of those moves already. So
awesome.
It's just kind of done behind the scenes. It's nothing that we got to really put out there all that often.
Yeah, for sure.
The only time we do put it out there is if we were to sit there and like if we're promoting somebody based on their performance in Rising.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
Jorge, why don't you sit next to me so that you're not, just out there in the middle.
So, but another thing I
don't forget to move your controllers, guys, or you'll get the boot. Goof found that out last week.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to put out there though is that we were looking at different options because there's a lot of activity right now in scrims with a lot of people wanting to scrim, and they like scrimming on, and some people can't scrim on Wednesdays. So at that point, we looked at it and trying to see what's the best alternative option to still give people like a nice little outlet for scrims and not have to overwork the admins to death trying to do all the matchmaking and everything. Because like this past weekend, I think we had and this past Wednesday, we had about 5 scrims that day.
Right.
And so it got a little hectic of trying to
I know for the 1
all
p.m. we had 10. I mean 12, which would be 2 scrims.
Yeah, so we had officially 13 or 14 signups for the 5 p.m. But then there was also other people who signed up as alts, and they came in, and so they basically wound up getting a group of 6 together as well, and they ran scrims too. So we had 3 groups, which is 18 members running scrims at one time, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it really is awesome. I know this morning we we set up a scrim pretty quickly. Took about 5 to 10 minutes to get everyone like set up. Like this is who's gonna play. Then we played about like 20 minutes later and played for about like 6 games. It was pretty awesome. Good time.
Yeah, and so we've noticed that with the clan, and so we wanted to kind of cater to that. So what we decided to do is probably not this Sunday and probably not next Sunday because that's when Iron Banner is going to be going on, and we got to win this DCW. So, but the following Sunday we're gonna implement another KOTP scrims day, and that's going to be a Sunday. It's going to be a Sunday, like I said. So, but the only thing is with this one, we're going to put up on the site. We're going to have like Team 1A, Team 1B, where A would mean it's the 1 o'clock slot, and like we'll have all the notations and everything to not make it confusing to people. But basically, we'll have like 2 different teams set up, and if we need more, we'll add more. And somebody will be able to sign up to whatever scrims they want to play in. So if you see, hey, I like playing with this person, or I want to go against this person, you can go and sign up for that block that person signed up in, and then at that point, you're able to y'all are gonna pick your own teams. Basically, we're not gonna match make those. So
yeah,
that's what
pretty
we're
cool.
leaning towards.
Pretty cool concept.
So we'll still have the Wednesdays for where admins do the matchmaking, and then on Sundays we let the members do the matchmaking.
I think when you're playing scrims, you want it to be competitive, so it's in the best interest of everyone to even out the teams. So that should be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, nobody just likes to get ran over time and time and time again. Otherwise, you're not going to scrim very long.
It doesn't make you better either.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
just some things out of your control.
Like I participated in the scrims yesterday, and I ain't gonna lie, I got my butt handed to me pretty much the whole scrims, and it was depressing. But I mean, we switched up teams and everything. I just didn't play well at all yesterday. I don't know what my deal was, whether it was the different seat that I was sitting in or what. But it's amazing how much all that affects how well you game, or what seat you're sitting in. If you're sitting in your normal seat, got the same angle of the TV and all that. So
that's something that's like really interesting to me. Like I have this weird like stool in front of me. Sometimes I put my feet on the stool. Sometimes I don't put my feet on the stool. I put it like outside of it. It's just like those weird like mental things that like most people have their own weird little quirks.
Yeah, and some people have mentioned to me about that TV size matters.
Right. A little bit.
I don't think it matters. I use a small screen.
It depends. Fine. It depends on.
Well, they say the smaller screens are better.
Yeah, it depends because.
Go ahead.
Granted, the bigger screens you can see a lot more, but the smaller screens have a smaller latency time.
It's easier to just take in everything.
But I guess just like, wouldn't that also come into effect of like, would it also matter if you could like let's say you have a TV that has 4K rendering and all that, would that still slow you down as much as a TV that doesn't?
Well, it depends, because it's all about how much that TV's got to calculate. And so if you're what's going on with the stream right now? If your TV's got to recalculate everything and it takes a half second, that's a half second of calculation time that's every ongoing, like that's just ongoing half-second delay.
Yeah,
which is a terrible latency time.
But is the majority of people
some of
that
I think is
No. I'm way over exaggerating.
I'm kind of trying to join now, but
I just brought that up because I play on a 60-inch TV. But it's a pretty good quality one. It's a Samsung. It has all the newest features and everything. So I don't think it matters all that much. Plus, I have a 250 gig download speed. So it's I think all that kind of plays into effect of your latency and all that. So I don't know. But like I said, that was just speculation. I just wanted to throw that out there just because it interests me that some people said that the TV size matters.
All right. Well, let's wrap that little section up. And gaming, did you include your audio? I just want to throw that out there real quick.
It's included.
All right. Now, let's go with introductions. EJ, you already introduced yourself. Did you say your background at Destiny?
Game and career Destiny. If you want to talk about that briefly, DJ.
And then
Yeah,
what
yeah,
led
yeah,
you to
yeah.
joining Knights, and how has your experience been since joining the Knights?
You might have to repeat those to me. I've been drinking a little bit. So
Yeah.
I'll start...
Just do it. Yeah. Background.
Your
background in Destiny.
I'll start off my background. I've been playing since day one. I mean, I was there when Cyril's regime was the master, and so yeah, I've been playing since day one. I wasn't really big into the PvP part of it yet. I mean, I don't think many people started off the game really hounding PvP anyway. But yeah. So I played since day one, and I've been playing games. I mean, back to Halo 1 days when Halo 2 and all that. So I've been playing games since I was probably 13 years old, 12 years old, and haven't stopped since. So, and I'm 27 now, so that's 15 years of gaming. So.
Let's go.
But
Nice.
what led me to join the Knights? I mean, it wasn't even like I was looking for a clan or nothing like that. I was looking for groups of people to play
Yeah.
with, but I didn't
Right.
go on the forums and look for recruitment posts or nothing like that. I was just playing Crucible by myself. And one of our old members, I wound up going against a group of KOTP, and my team lost, but I had like 32 kills or something like that, and I wound up texting the other Knight on the other team that had like almost an equal amount of kills. I'm like, hey, this person has 30 something kills. I got 30 something kills. We need to get together. So I went ahead and messaged him after the game. Said, hey, you trying to team up? He was like, yeah, sure. So he invites me, and little did I know he's in the party with like 5 other people. I was like, oh, I'm 4 other people. So I'm
Is
like,
it
okay,
Mario?
cool.
Is it Mario?
No. It's an old clan member. He's not current right now, so no need to bring him up.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so we went ahead and got together, and then I got into the party, and everybody was like, "Hey, you trying to team up or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Yeah, no, I'm talking about, are you trying to team up in the clan? Are you trying to come into the clan?" And I was like, "I guess. What clan are y'all?" Like, I didn't know nothing about it.
Why not?
It just happened, huh? That's
Yeah, so
that's
it just
fair.
happened. And so I went ahead and I went ahead and did all the steps of registering on DestinyClanWars.com, and I set my clan tag and all that. And not shortly after that, when I saw that we were using a Line app at the time, and I was like, I like this organization.
Good
Like,
old
this feels
Line
like
app.
this feels like a good start and an easy way to find people to play with and everything. So I was finding games left and right. I enjoyed it. So I decided to put myself out there and said, hey, Hunter, would you like for me to create the clan a website? And so he was like, sure. I mean, yeah, then we can look into, if you can do that for us, we can probably bring you on the leadership. I said, no. I don't even want to do all that. So let me just earn my way in. I don't want to be the newcomer that just comes in and walks into leadership. And so I went ahead and I just applied myself. I made the website and everything, and I started
Which is awesome,
implementing
by the way.
everything. And
It's not easy.
yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of maintenance. I got to update, maintain the server and all that. So, I mean, but I like basically I just applied myself, and they saw that how much I was applying myself, and they went ahead and promoted me to leader. And then shortly after that, after I had been maintaining it for a little while, they went ahead and invited me to be an admin as well. So that's kind of where I got into KOTP.
It's a cool story.
So then, how has your experience being a Knight treated?
Oh, it's been
like,
nothing-
how has
nothing.
being a Knight treated you?
Oh, it's been nothing but the most greatest experience. I mean, it's been
Awesome.
times where I mean, things got shaky. I mean, there's ups and downs in any organization. So,
Yeah.
I mean, things happen, but for the most part, I mean, it's been smooth sailing. I mean, we have issues here and there, but I mean, you get a large enough group together,
was here the
people
entire
together,
time.
you're never going to have 100 plus, 150 plus, 200 members
150
all
people
agree.
that get along.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
It
and-
don't happen. Yeah, no, it don't
Yeah,
happen.
so for the most part, everything's been good though. I can't complain, and I plan on staying in this clan as long as Destiny rides out and even past that, if we go on to another game.
For like a somewhat dead time in Destiny, it feels like we have like really good activity and like seems
Oh,
like
yeah,
we're really
that's big ups.
progressing. So
Oh yeah, and that's big ups to Short Round. Short Round has been recruiting his butt off, and it's big ups to him. Hats off, because every day it seems like, even for like the last week, it's been new member coming in, new member coming in, new member coming in. And right now, what the goal is that we're working on is trying to fill up KOTP Rising. So KOTP Rising will be competing with Knights of the Phoenix in Destiny Clan Wars.
Are we gonna cap that at 100, or are we gonna let that fly? That was my wonder. Because
I think that is the cap.
Are we gonna let it fly to 300 in Rising?
No,
wow,
they can't do that.
Jorge.
The cap is 100. The cap
they
is
did
100.
cap it?
Yeah, Bungie capped that.
Oh, Bungie capped that.
Yeah, Bungie capped that. The max you can have as set their clan tag is 100 members.
Oh. Well, I guess that answers that question really easy then.
I feel like we're bringing in like active players too, not just like people who want to like randomly find people for like a nightfall or something. Like people who like really want to.
A lot of people that we were getting were just interested in trials. That's all they wanted. They like, I want people to play trials with, and we're like, no, we want a community. We want people that's gonna foster playing together. We want people that's gonna play with anybody.
Like during the week, hopping in Crucible.
Yeah,
like
I mean, it's one thing if you want to straight play trials and help other people get better, but I mean, you do nothing for us if all you do is trials with 2 people from the clan each week. Like, you're no use to us. Like, sure, you got 2 people to do trials with, but that wasn't the point of joining the clan.
And those people definitely seem to have been weeded out, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we tend to do that within about 2-3 weeks at most. Is usually what happens. They're like, I just want to do trials, and we're like, no.
Yeah, and normally what happens is when it gets to Iron Banner time and it gets to that grind time, and we put up a min of say 40 games, a lot of those people won't hit the 40 games, and we'll say, hey, what's up, man? Why didn't you hit your 40 games? And they'll come back with something like, oh, well, I was really here for trials, and that's what I was playing. And we're like, no, that's not gonna cut it.
Yeah. All right, Jorge, you're up.
Okay.
Background of Destiny, gaming career, what led to joining Knights, and how was your experience?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Jorge. My real name's George.
It's Jorge.
Georgie.
But,
it's Jorge. Whatever. I have multiple nicknames that the clan has given me that I don't really,
The whore.
Yeah. Hey, whore gay, all that. Don't really.
Hashtag mom's tacos. Shout out to Axo.
Yeah. Well, I'm
that was
15.
probably the best one.
I'm probably the youngest in the clan. I don't really have like a huge gaming career. All I know is that when I was 8, my dad like got me my first Xbox 360, and my first game was Black Ops 2, and I just always loved PvP. And when like first Destiny came out, I played the beta, and all I did was play PvP. And one time when the game first came out, I was like just high enough to do the Earth Strike, and I got matched up with people, and I didn't really think of it. I just wanted to get it done. And there was this dude named Romeo D. Love, and like we were doing it, and yeah, shout out to him. And like after each encounter we did, our third guy would always die, and we would have to res him, and like we would always be dancing. And then after we did the strike, he invited me into a party, and he was like, damn, you're really good. How old are you? I was like, because I joined a couple months after the launch of Destiny, and
I say you'd have been not even 5. You'd been 13 at the time.
Yeah, and just this squeaker. I don't know why they counted me in, but
yeah, there's
Romeo,
definitely been a progression in your voice since you've
I'm not a squeaker no more. But Romeo, he invited me to party, and at the time, like our clan Dead on Sight wasn't really like that good at PvP, and like that's all I did, and I was never big on PvE. And they were like, yo, did you do Vault of Glass? And I was like, I never done a raid before. And from that day, they took me in, helped me through the raid. And yeah, that's how I started to be in Dead on Sight. And then that further progressed to be Knights.
How's Knights treated you?
I would say like what is it now? 130, the cap for everyone. How many are in
What?
Knights?
100?
I would say, like,
and
like
then
I
Ming
would
and Ming.
Wait for me.
not
I'll
only
join you.
like not only like helping everyone and they helping me. I'd say like like I don't know, like maybe I've joined a family of people that just want to play a game together, and it's really awesome. And it affected the who I am today, and like it's just been so good because everyone working together, having a good time playing together, and it's progressed so far, and we're doing good. Yeah.
We should just play a Crucible match and get our asses kicked while we're just streaming this.
The point is to pay attention to what you're saying, not who you're shooting. There's a reason. All right, gaming, you're up. Background to Destiny, gaming career, why you joined the Knights, and how it's been.
Well, I joined the week after Zeus sold Galahorn, and I wanted to kill
What?
myself
What's
right
your
after.
name? You gotta say your name.
Oh.
Come on.
Do I have to?
Noob.
I'm not
Yeah,
a noob.
come
I'm a
on.
pleb. There's a difference, okay?
Plebe. Say it right.
Mike. Yeah.
Plebe.
If.
Anyways.
So I wanted to get the Galahorn because my friend was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's selling rocket launcher. Waste of time." I was like, "I heard rocket launcher," so I started playing Destiny, and he left. So like that's pretty much when I started playing Destiny, and I hadn't done Vault of Glass until Crota came out because I had no idea what an LFG was. I was just that guy always doing strikes. I had a lot of Vanguard marks, so that was great. My LDR sucked, but I used it.
There you go.
I have a
Do you
1,000
still have that LDR?
No, I trashed it when Year 2 came out. And I don't regret it at all.
Then how do we know you're a year 1 player?
Because I have done Vault of Glass and I
Got
have
you there.
the
So how'd you
Triumph
find Knights
emblem.
then?
Well, I was searching
how'd you
through
find
the
Knights?
creations page on Budgie.net because I was bored. And I saw one of your guys' montages, so I, decided to join up because it looked like you guys pretty much did everything. And lo and behold, here I am today, and you guys still hold up to that.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
How's it been? You like it? You like
cool
Yeah,
to hear
it's
a
better
video,
than my other
actually.
clan. We mainly focused on the raids at the end of the game, not really PvP.
True.
And I like how this one
Yeah.
just focuses on everything, not just one thing in particular.
Yeah,
I mean, we do
definitely
kind of
both.
focus more on the PvP side, but we definitely do both. Like,
I know
there's no
people had a
lack
raid
of
going today,
PvE.
though, so it's not like we don't do raids.
Yeah, I think it's mostly because
Yeah, once new content
it's
drops,
like
everyone,
old now. Yeah.
activity
Yeah,
blows
yeah,
up.
well,
Everyone will be doing all
yeah.
the PvE quests at once.
This
I mean,
couch
I
doesn't
know
make
I'm
any
gonna
sense.
run
Rise of Iron comes
for a
out, I
clan
can't
first.
wait.
Oh, I'm gonna go for a first. Like I'm just saying that now. I
may have to take
am.
a day off
Yeah.
of work. I may have to take a day off.
Yeah.
Of work.
That wouldn't be a first.
Like we did last time, DJ. Like we did last
yeah.
time.
right at
yeah.
3 a.m. on the, or whatever. It was
Yeah,
midnight.
yeah. Oh, that
was
was so
knocking out
brutal.
orcs.
Oh man, that was brutal. Ugh. All right, so clan
times, good
announcements for this week. Oh, last week's Clan Wars was Control. We came in second. We got outplayed, but and it's been kind of a low spot in Clan Wars recently. I don't know.
What was the score?
This is kind of. The score was we had 3.1, 3.2 roughly mil. Guardian Lords beat us with 5.24 mil. They had less active members, but they have less total members as well. So I mean, but we had our most matches was Ghost.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
I'll be
What?
back.
It just pops up for
Let's
everyone
just
in the
leave it
stream.
at that.
I'll be back.
What? What the heck
Oh
did
my
you do?
gosh. Hey,
I
come
said
on.
I have to piss. I'll be back.
Nice.
There you go. Laura.
Ghost pretty much took the board. He had most matches, most points, Control Freak, and Rocket Man. Insane had the highest KD with a 1.96. Jigsaw had the highest win percentage with an 81%. And Aroso had the highest
He'll just
points
come
per
back
match
and ask
at
how he got here.
5,800.
So Jigsaw's a new
59.
member. He's actually Aroso's buddy, so that's cool. Clanmates are bringing in their buddies.
Yes. For sure. I mean, if I play with anyone and I happen to get them into party, or even old friends, I'm like, hey, man, you should definitely check us out. Like, I love this clan. It'd be awesome to have you in here. Like, some of them have tried, it's not their cup of tea, but I mean, this is not for everyone, Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't stop me from playing with them or anything. Obviously, I'm still going to play with one of my really old friends is Dubs the Flash. I mean,
Watch.
I'm still gonna play with him.
Jorge's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, "How the hell did I get here?"
But yeah. So upcoming Destiny Clan Wars for this week. This week, starting tomorrow, is Clash.
This is not even a.
Fun.
This is not even a couch. There's just air.
Shh! I'm doing announcements.
I love Clash right now. I've been playing that a lot.
I do. The stats tell me that I do good in Clash. I don't feel like I do good in Clash, but I've got a positive KD in Clash. But we've got the Morgue and then 2 new modifiers. That's right, new modifiers. We've got going postal. Gain a 40%, dude, a 40% bonus for a kill streak, which I'd imagine would be the 5, 10, 20, 25.
We ran out of medals.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
I think that's a really cool.
And then an interesting one is orbs! Exclamation point! All in caps. It's gain a bonus 125 points for orbs generated. So each orb you make is 125 points. On top of your score.
Supers.
And then we've got
calling all Night Stalkers with Crest of Alpha Loopy.
Calling all
there you go.
Defender Titans. You kidding me?
You doing?
Dude, Defender Titans?
Honor Master Race.
Dude, going postal, kill streak bonus, plus Defender Titans. I mean, I can only imagine using your bubble to prolong kill streaks and making orbs. Like, think about it.
I actually played 3 Bubble Titans in skirmish earlier with Arosa on Cauldron. And
well, if we ran with a full team of Bubble Titans, if we did the Golden Guns bubble strat, think about it. Like,
it doesn't. It only works for a short period of time.
Yeah.
But the amount of orbs that we would generate and all that, and the kill streaks that we could generate, I feel like we could really put some high scores up.
No,
that's just what I think the strat.
The Golden Guns would put up kill streaks for sure. The Titans probably would.
Well, if we have a weapons bubble and Titans are popping out and just body shotting people with sniper rifles, I mean, they could go on some easy kill streaks.
Yeah,
it's just like no, it's true.
I mean, if there's always a bubble, they can always hide. Fun police type build going. Like I don't know.
It could be fun. It could be fun.
Yeah. So, DJ already talked about the KOTP scrim. Or did you talk about the skirm?
Skirms. Yep, skirms.
Scrimmage tournament. Did you talk about that, DJ?
No,
skirmish.
But yeah, that's gonna be a very competitive time for us. That's gonna definitely show who we have that's better as a team, that works better as a team than anybody else.
I like how that white guy next to DJ is just staring at him. Like he hasn't gone back to his iPad 9000 or whatever that is.
iPad Super. But yeah, no, it'll be July 9th at 10 a.m. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of these things, guys, because apparently I'm
He's still
notorious for
staring at
doing
DJ.
this. It's an AI thing, you know. They're just programmed to do that, you know.
Okay, he stopped.
If you get up near one of the vendors, they'll actually look at you. Like if you go stand by Shaxx and you move all around him, he's gonna stare at you or try to if you stand behind him. But
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Yeah.
That's a cool little feature. They have a lot of cool little features that if you don't pay attention, you'll never notice. But yeah, it's really cool. So today on this show, we're gonna talk about Iron Banner being canceled, getting
It's
good,
bullshit.
or a couple of ways that we want to improve our skills. We're gonna some of the weapon changes, how they feel now. Like now that we've actually had a little bit of time to play with them, we can talk more about how they feel and not just how they are supposed to feel now that they've been changed. Goo's gonna talk about some Overwatch, and then
I heard
that's it.
Overwatch. I like Overwatch.
Overwatch? What? Overwatch?
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah. So first, let's start with what's going to be one of my favorite bits every week is getting good. I want to go around. I want to go through the group and have each person say 3 things. Well, 1 to 3 things that they want to work on this week to get better at Crucible. And I'll start. I mentioned some things last week. But this week, what I really want to focus on is staying alive. Because, especially with the modifier being
Staying alive. Staying alive.
being kill streaks, going postal, kill streaks and all that, it's really going to help if I actually stay alive on these kill streaks. You know, like, it's kind of important.
What do you think you're gonna
especially
do
with that, I'll also be working on staying alive. Will help with the scrimmage tournament where I'm not going to be dying as much, where I
How do
won't
you
be
think you
feeding
can
points to their
avoid not
team.
dying, Coney?
Well, I'm already pretty slippery, but I think I'm going to have to work on avoiding bad engagements, like double peeking. If I'm already hurt, just backing off towards teammates. Just kind of the simple stuff that you don't really think about too much when you're in there. Because you're like, oh, I'm almost at full health. I'm good to run back in. And then I get just body shot.
One thing I've noticed
When I
with,
could have tanked a body shot, you know. Yeah, go ahead.
one thing I've noticed with some more top tier players and scrims is that they'll use like a high impact hand cannon, and they'll just like poke out, hit you with one, then get out of cover, move, then like just finish you off. And they're just dealing a lot of damage in like a short period of time when you don't really have time to deal damage back. So just being able to like get out, deal damage, and then get out.
Yeah.
And like team fire, you guys should be able to gun people down. So it ends up just like turning into a bunch of team kills.
True.
Well,
Wait, what is this?
I had anything
Hold
I
on.
wanted
We have a
to-
question in chat. That
Ooh.
talk about the new game mode called Arsenal. It's like a gun game mode.
Oh, all right. So I've read
There's a new game mode?
that, yeah, for Rise of Iron, that
Oh.
the game mode's called Arsenal, and what I heard on like posts is that basically you start off with no weapons, and there's weapons around the map, and you gotta pick them up, and when you pick up that weapon, that's your loadout. That's
I
what I
smell a
heard.
Gallahorn. Just like, oh look, a Thorn, a Gallahorn, and Icebreaker next to each other. Who
in
could
all
have done
honesty,
this?
I loved gun game and Call of Duty. That was
Same.
like the one thing I would play with
No,
one of
it's
my
not
friends.
gun game though.
It's one in
Shut
chamber,
up.
right? I
It's
think it is.
basically gun game.
No, it's not. You pick
Yeah.
up weapons around the map.
Oh, you.
Yeah,
So
So
I
can you
thought
pick
it
up
sounded like
multiple
gun
weapons?
game.
Like you can switch off.
I'm pretty sure. Like
5 Gallahorns.
I don't know. They didn't go in much detail about it, so it's very vague. But it is called Arsenal, though.
Where did you will have to send me a link to that, and I will put that in the YouTube down below.
So my
I
first
got
game
you.
was
Jorge.
my first
I
game
got
was
you.
Pokemon Ruby. So that's nice.
All right. Well, if I had to
When I
pick,
was like,
if I had to
All
pick
right,
what I
so
was
DJ,
gonna
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead
DJ,
and
go ahead.
work on, it would be definitely for sure minimizing deaths because I played yesterday and played scrims and I was just dying way too much. I mean, I was going against some high caliber players, but it was just like I was putting myself in dumb situations and also just pretty much trying to uh work on going ahead and working on one weapon. That one
That's
What do you mean
one
by
weapon
thing.
that?
that
Yeah.
I mean, because a lot of people they like to switch between this weapon. But if you work on that one weapon and become godly with that one weapon, that's like the primary is the main one I'm talking about. Because I already have my one weapon for my
Yeah,
sniper. I got, but yeah, because like some people just love hand cannons. That's what they do. They use hand cannons, and a lot of them have that one hand cannon that they go. That's their go-to. Like lately, I've been
that's
trying
me. That's
to
me. Yeah.
get used to this grasp of Malik that everybody farmed for from Omnigul, and
Yeah, yeah.
it's like I have games where I'm awesome with it. Like there's nobody that can really outdo me in a one-on-one. And then there's other games where I can't kill anything just because it does so little damage, but just high rate of fire, so it does it quickly.
well,
But
the only
there's
thing that would
sometimes
kill
where
you in
like,
that 1v1 is probably a shotgun to the face. So
well, not even just that, like hand cannons. Like
Hand cannons will destroy a
if you're in
grasp.
hand
I
cannon
was,
range, if you're in hand cannon
yeah.
range and you got a grasp, it's not gonna win most of the time if
Well, see
somebody knows how to
here,
use that hand cannon.
A lot of hand
yeah,
here's
cannons have
my
luck
only
in the
problem with
chamber right
that
now
though.
too. Like if you're
yeah,
using a
I've
Here's
hand
my only
noticed
cannon,
problem with
that.
that, DJ. Hold on.
uh,
Here's my problem with that, DJ. In this game, there's so many different ranges
Yeah, and that's fine,
of
but like most people
engagement.
on a range map, people use Mida. I mean, if 9 times out of 10, if you get something like a Widow's Court or you get something that has a lot of outside room, people a lot of times you see Mida. Not all the times,
Yeah,
but a lot of the times.
but there's a right weapon for the right time, and so I feel like if you limit yourself to one weapon, you're handicapping yourself more than you're helping yourself. Um, I know personally, I've been watching a lot of videos about getting better, and actually one of the I can't remember if it was True Vanguard or if it was MTash. They said to vary up your weapons that you use so that you don't get reliant on one type of weapon. And so, I mean, I honestly am going to disagree with that based on the stuff that they said. I don't want to quote them and be like completely blatantly wrong. So I'm not going to go in more depth than what I
Yeah, and like
said.
I
Just
said,
come to your video.
my biggest thing is like I've
Coney,
tried to
I
go
did not say that.
to different weapons. Like right now in my primary slot, I have Grasp of Malik and Hawk Saw. I have Mida on me. I have a
Yeah.
Doctrine with Counterbalance on me, and I have Reflection Sum with Head Seeker and a Call of Answer's Duty. And those are the ones I kind of swap between. Those are the ones I know the best. But right
Yeah.
now I've been mainly using pulse rifles, which is mainly Hawk Saw from the vendor and Grasp of Malik,
so
and then Mida on the longer range maps,
right.
and that's
I will
pretty much
say
what
though
I've been
that
limiting
focusing on
myself
one
to.
weapon. I'm sorry, my bad. I will say though
Yeah,
that
you're good.
focusing on one weapon will give you one advantage. It will allow you to learn that weapon's downfalls and pitfalls.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
like I know for a fact that I'm using Last Word right now to trying to A, get good at it, and B, figure out how to counter it or how other people counter it.
Oh,
Um,
I can tell you how to counter it.
yeah,
It's called a shotgun.
yeah, it's called a shotgun. I know, but I mean, but I'm using it so that I can A, be better with it because it takes a little more skill. It's a
Especially with the headshots hip fire.
quick, yeah, it's a quick engagement gun, which I want to get better with, kind of thing. But yeah, I can see where would help you. All right, Jorge, you're up.
Okay, one thing I need to work on is staying calm. Because, like, if I always want to get, like, a rerun out of medals or 7th column, and when I get close to that, and, like, I just do something stupid and I die, I get really mad and it affects my game, and then I have more stupid deaths. I feel like by controlling that, I could one, make smarter plays to not die in the first place, and if I do die, like come back from it and just get it again. Second thing,
Hmm.
I think knowing my battles, because if I go into an engagement I don't really plan out or know what's gonna happen, most likely
Well, you
I
don't
will
have time
die.
to because they're gonna come and shoot you.
That's right. So you gotta like improvise like what they're gonna do if you don't do
Quick
anything.
thinking. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
predict what they're doing.
And then probably third, mm, using my supers like in
More
better
smart.
way. Yeah, more
Yeah.
smart
Selective.
because like yeah, right. Because the radar like it obviously it's helpful, but it's very vague to
They
know
kind of
The
like
nerfed it
radar
too.
will lie. The
yeah.
radar will lie.
And like if
Alright.
you're going around a corner and you see the radar and it's like in that inner circle, you know he's close to you, but you don't know where he is. And like you could look
Yeah.
one direction and he could be in the other direction. So I feel like if you
Or
use your
you do what I do
super,
and panic and just jump around and look for them.
or if you're a Titan, you just panic super. But obviously Hunter Master Race,
Panic bubble.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
those
all
are
I
good
have.
ones.
Yeah.
Alright, gaming, give me two because we gotta move
Well,
along.
I want to get better with my sniping with headshots because I feel like lately I've been kind of shaky on my aiming
Hmm.
and my twitch scopes. I'd like to work on that. I guess that falls in the same category as
Well, how are
sniping.
you
And I want
supposed
to.
to get like better at sniping if like you're in an engagement, like let's say a
So
long
so you
hallway?
know the sniper alley on Pantheon, right? Right
Yeah,
when you walk out of spawn, that corner.
yeah.
I need to know how to predict where their heads are going to be and how to counter those head glitchers. They're just crouching or
Right.
something.
Because
Yeah.
if you get someone that like knows you're sniping and like
Hmm.
if they peek out once and you don't kill them and then they don't peek out
They pop
again,
you right away.
yeah, they move all around. They go they kneel and then they unkneel and then they like try to like confuse you and they like that's pretty hard to snipe
A-
when they're shooting you and you yeah.
And while they're doing that, they just one of their teammates or they just pop you in the head.
Yeah.
Guardian down.
Hmm.
What's your second one?
Alright.
I also need to
Oh, wait.
work on
Yeah.
getting better at using my supers. I'll be on my smasher. I call her a smasher, don't judge me. And
I
I'll
call it
smash.
fist of
This
panic.
person's right in front of me. Somehow he gets in the back of me and doesn't die, and I wasted a perfectly good smash that I could use on a gunslinger of some sort. Or with my
Yeah.
sunbreaker, I'll
Alright.
pop it and there's absolutely no one around. Like everyone just runs away
Yeah.
from the fiery
For
titan
sake of
death.
time, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
fine.
Sorry, we gotta move on. So, I think I'm gonna save the class changes for next week, just because that's a lot to talk about, and we don't
It
really have enough
is.
time. So,
With like all the subclasses.
Goo, I think I will let you though talk about Overwatch stuff, just because
Yeah, I'll talk about it too.
Sam.
there's not as much to talk about
You'll
as
allow
there
me,
is for
Coney?
the class changes. I will allow you. Yes,
Um.
I give you permission.
Okay. Well, should I talk about something I want to get better or no?
Oh yeah. I forgot you had one.
Okay. um. Yeah, one thing I've noticed I need to get better with is overall like spatial awareness and like awareness of my radar. Like it's like it's like you can like kind of like find out where someone is if you use the radar.
And it can save your life in certain situations.
Yeah, and when you like come in like to a place like jumping and stuff, like you need to be able to like slow it down in your mind and like be like, okay, like this is where this guy is. I need to like aim my shotgun here and pull the trigger. It's like a really fast thing, but like just like having overall awareness is something I need to improve upon. Yeah, that's really all I want to say about that.
And then you can
Alright.
segue right into your Overwatch if you'd like.
Yeah, so
All
Overwatch.
right, I'm gonna walk up towards the speaker and stuff because I know nothing about this game.
I do.
Have you played
In
Team
fact, I'm
Fortress?
playing it right now.
Scrub.
No,
Alright,
I
go
have
on,
not
go on.
played Team Fortress. I've heard
Oh.
that's like similar.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But go ahead, talk about Overwatch.
I was just like,
By
one thing I noticed, like going in solo queue
myself.
is like really hit or miss on like how your
Oh,
team's
yeah.
gonna perform. Like sometimes, hey, you may like dominate the competition, but
It's
just
more
like
miss than hit, though.
playing with a team, yeah, because there's only so much one person can do, even if like you're like one of the best in the game. Like you could go into a solo queue with a bunch of noobs and get wrecked, or like go up against a
Right.
team and get wrecked. I should like that game's like totally just like hopping with some buddies and like have fun together. But it's definitely better playing with people.
I actually want to talk about something too. It's about
Go
the
ahead.
projection and like if you use a hero that like has
Hey Jorge, you
projectiles
want to
rather
invite
than
me?
sure. You want to play
Sweet.
Overwatch?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Projection. Go on.
Yeah,
go on.
yeah. And like if you use someone like Widowmaker, like the bullet registration is instant. But if you use
Mhm.
someone like Hanzo, it's a
You have to
projectile.
time it.
And yeah, right. And
Like Star Wars, you gotta predict where your laser's gonna hit and how far they
yeah,
are.
Let
and
him
like
talk. Let him talk.
what they did was basically since it's a projectile and there's travel time and you gotta plan your shots, they made it so there's like a invisible like hitbox around it. And like I've seen tests where a Widowmaker will be like behind a wall and Hanzo will shoot his arrow like right next to the wall and the Widowmaker will be right behind it. And since it has that invisible hitbox, it won't hit the Widowmaker, but it'll make sure like it once it hits the wall and the Widowmaker is right next to it, it will count as a headshot. So like
I
it
know.
has
So they need to recalibrate the hitbox, is
Right,
what you're
yeah.
saying.
I know they're trying to work on a bunch of those bugs, like they've talked about in the upcoming update and stuff.
yeah.
A lot of that will be
The McCree
addressed.
nerf.
How do you feel about it?
I kind of agree and disagree with most of it. I agree with the damage nerf with Fan the Hammer, but I do not agree with their reload time from 8 seconds to like I think it was 12.
What they do with
What? That's
Widowmaker.
crazy.
Yeah,
No,
and
it
you already
wouldn't be
reload
12.
slow enough, so
Yeah.
12-second
No, it
reload
wouldn't be 12
time?
seconds.
He
Something
only
like
gets
that.
like 8 shots, doesn't he?
something like that.
6,
Yeah.
8 shots?
And then I kind of agree with the Widowmaker nerf. Pop him in the body, spam your shots, and hope you land the hit. I kind of agree with that. I don't know about
I
you
played-
other Widowmakers, so.
I played a Widowmaker the other day. Like she had to be using a keyboard and mouse because
Yeah, some actually
she
do.
didn't
Some actually
miss. No, like she had to be. We were watching all the kill cams and stuff, and she was popping skulls, quick scoping like MLG Pro. Let's go.
Does anyone know when the competitive mode's coming out? I'd like to get me some golden tracer pulsar
Couple in a
pistols.
while.
Well, I mean, I think they said it's coming out soon for PC, but like I didn't hear anything about it coming to.
It's gonna be going to
Be-
PC as like a beta type thing.
Yeah.
They're beta
There.
testing it in Korea right now.
Yeah, I saw
Fucking
that.
Korea.
Just Korea.
But I
Mhm.
don't think it'll be
Hey,
released to
watch it.
consoles until they go through some tests.
I'm not big of a fan of the golden weapons because if you've seen what it looks like on a Bastion, just have a regular skin on, all that green and orange. You got a sudden gold minigun on its back. Doesn't look
Like,
too
I don't
great.
think gold's
let's
like
be honest, it's not
creative.
gonna look great on every person. But if you got a gold McCree, last word esque gun, that's gonna look kind of dope. Or
I think it would be cool.
sniper rifle on the Widowmaker would look kind of dope.
I think it would be cool if they like designed like a special reward for each individual champion or whatever. That's just like unique to them. Instead of everything being gold, like they had something that like made that character like you worked to that and you earned it. I think
Because
that'd
they
be
made all
cooler.
the skins so that their guns also change so that it has like it looks like that it belongs to that thing. But with the golden guns, it just messes that entire thing up.
Exactly.
So, say I had the sporty skin, I just have sudden gold on my pistols. It just wouldn't look good.
And their pistols are
No,
already cool, honestly. Like each time
yeah.
you get a new skin, the pistols change. I don't want like all my pistols to be gold or I
So
don't
what do
I
you
know.
guys
mean,
think of
some of it looks
the
nice. It's
ranked
just not all of
playlist
it.
in general, though? What do you think of it in general?
I've played with like top 20 players, top 15 players, and like, well, one thing I've noticed about those top players is they're top players because they play a lot on one specific character. That doesn't necessarily mean they're good or not, but I don't know. It should
Well, I
be.
mean, you give a man one weapon, he'll be unbelievably good with
It's
it. You give
definitely
him
going to be
20,
more
he's going to be
serious.
terrible at
Like,
all of them.
you're
You
not
know,
going to bring
like,
your new buddies in to like go play like
yeah, you
the
don't want to
next
get
level,
pub stomped.
the competitive, yeah. So I don't know. It's it's not going to be super cheesy. I like that they're only going to allow one of each person. I think
Yeah,
that's
same.
really
Because
important.
seriously, a full team of Torbjorns, you could just give up on winning right there. I would just stop.
There's so many different like team comp is extremely important in Overwatch.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like one character can like put your team over the edge in team comp, and then you'll be able to push the payload or something. You may need a little bit more DPS, so you have like too many tanks, or maybe you don't have enough tanks and you need some more tanks. I've
Yeah.
noticed a lot of people don't really like playing tanks.
Yeah,
And
they would
personally,
I
rather
like
play
being a
support
tank.
over a tank.
yeah, that's like a really common trend
I'd
is to
rather
go
play tank over
support.
support,
mean,
but I play every character.
I'm
So.
going to be straight up honest. I like being a Bastion. I don't
Same.
care
That's
if
my
people
main.
think it's a
That is my
noob.
main right there, Bastion.
I don't care if people think it's a noob. Like, I like being a Bastion. I like the high DPS output.
They nerfed him.
It's
Just be glad they nerfed him public, because before he had that shield over his turret, and that was basically impossible to kill him.
Oh, he actually had a
Really?
shield. What was that in the
Yeah,
beta?
he did. That was in the
He
beta.
was in the
yeah.
alpha. It had like a Reinhardt shield every time he had on his turret mode,
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
and they took that
Whoa.
out.
That would be unbelievably broken.
Yeah.
The developers even said that they knew people were gonna cry for a nerf for Bastion, and they said they weren't gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, good thing they did because the Mercy Reinhardt combo right now is already pretty beast in certain situations.
I can only imagine what a Mercy Reinhardt Bastion combo
It's
is gonna be the meta.
on Temple of Anubis. You have almost no chance of getting past the first room.
Yeah. As long as everyone
Which-
else is doing their job, you guys should be good.
Dude, my
Yeah.
main
Like-
is
Get
Genji
a
or Hanzo.
to Bjorn in there, have him throw up a turret. That we've done it before, where we held that first room the entire.
Oh no, I fell off the map.
I like
Like,
playing as
it was easy.
I like playing as Roadhog. I feel
It
like
was
he
easy
gives a
mode.
lot of map control.
Dude,
He's able to like
Roadhog, oh my
heal
God.
himself very well. And he can honestly like one shot a lot of characters, like please nerf. So but that's who I
Yeah,
main.
but then you're gonna whine. You're
I
gonna
like
whine when they nerf him. You're gonna be like, "Oh, he's no good anymore."
I don't know. If they like don't nerf his heal, and it's just like they nerf his shotguns because maybe the range of his chain, which like I think honestly like I'm a big fan of
Hi,
Roadhog.
Vicious,
I
by
could
the
play
way.
him with a nerf. I know I could. But yeah, you can definitely put numbers up with a tank. Like I've seen 40 plus kills with Reinhardt's, and like I've put up close to 40 with Roadhog. So definitely put up numbers with tanks.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's close it out with a question. One more question from the chat. Exiled Spectre asks, "Have you guys noticed you can't buy Rise of Iron on Xbox Store or Xbox Live Store? Do you guys think they are making DLC 30 days exclusive?" I'm gonna say, absolutely not. There would be such outrage over that.
30-day exclusive. I like if we're being realistic. I don't put it past them.
Wait, 30-day exclusive on what?
No, they wouldn't do that. It's one thing to make console specific guns, but it's a whole entire another ballgame to make a 30-day exclusive barrier. Like, that's game changing. to give people on PlayStation 30 days to get better with whatever the new stuff is. Like,
We still don't have like the Zen Media or anything like that. Like, yeah, you
well,
can
yeah,
like
but then
hand that
also if they
over here
release the
anytime
raid the
soon.
week after, there's no world first for Xbox. It's a
Right.
guaranteed PlayStation.
That is actually kind of messed up.
You know, I don't
Like,
see like from
we don't even
day
have a
one,
chance.
I don't see why Sony got the exclusives because Bungie did work on Halo.
Politics.
It's
that
because
was a whole
when
politics.
No, it's
Microsoft
money,
took Halo
dude.
from them, pretty much. so.
Exactly. Money is
And
Well,
politics.
and it's
so
a
they
whole
were mad
money
about
thing.
it, so they
That's
gave
a whole nother story.
PlayStation exclusives.
Anyways, I do not think that I'm gonna put my guarantee of not going to happen. I'm gonna put a big stamp of hell no on this because there would be such outrage and backlash in the community about this that people would be pissed if this happened. I mean,
I say
pissed.
you let PlayStation have their exclusives. Just give Xbox
I
their
have
own
both.
exclusives.
I have both. And I'd be pissed that I wouldn't get to play it on my Xbox. Because, I mean, I have more friends on Xbox. Like, I would be thoroughly pissed. And I have both.
Right.
Like, what do you think, DJ?
What do I think about?
If they'll have a 30-day DLC exclusive
Oh no, I don't.
to PlayStation.
I don't believe it's gonna happen. It's one thing about being able to pre-order it already, but it's a whole other thing to sit there and give a whole other console 30 days to play content before another one. I just don't think it's gonna happen, plain and simple.
That'd be ridiculous.
Otherwise, it'd be something that was already announced. They wouldn't just say, "Oh yeah, it's gonna happen on September 20th," and then thing about it being exclusive for PlayStation to be available.
That's
on
true. They
August
would
or
have.
August
They probably
20th.
would have had to put a disclaimer on that.
Oh yeah, they would have. They would have
Did anyone
definitely already
hear-
said that.
Did anyone hear about Microsoft joining the weed business?
Really?
Hmm?
No way.
Yeah. Dude, there was like tons of articles saying that Microsoft was now moving to the weed business. Swear to
I want
God.
no part of that.
That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
I
With
don't
every
know about
Xbox
that.
Scorpio that you buy, you get free 1,000 pounds of weed.
1,000 pounds.
Maybe I do want a part of
Jesus.
that.
Dude,
Maybe I do.
1,000 pounds. Let's be honest. That's enough for a small Cuban family to last them.
Let's be honest.
Dude,
millennium.
are you shitting me?
That's
Yo,
like more than
Kid
my house.
Cannabis Logic, like they had
Speaking
realistically.
speaking of the
No,
Scorpio though, I think
There you go.
who's gonna think that it's a waste of money to go ahead and buy the
Get the
Xbox S
S.
with that Scorpio right around the corner.
I know,
The only thing
know
that I can
people
see
are
is
getting
people
the S.
upgrading. People that are upgrading.
Dude, I
from
think
a
I'm gonna get the
360,
S.
It'll be a
Tell you the
deal.
truth.
It'll be a deal, because going from the 360 to the Scorpio, you're not gonna get that trade back from GameStop that you would
360?
for a 360.
But dude,
Yeah.
the only
Like-
thing that
Dude,
the
we're on the
Scorpio's gonna
Xbox
do
One.
is 4K gaming, and that shit is gonna be
Okay,
expensive.
there is 0 4K gaming on your Xbox One S. It's not 4K gaming.
Yeah, but if the Scorpio is just good for that reason, then it would be way better to get the S. Because
No,
you gotta
it's not
think,
gonna,
Why?
it's not gonna
4K
simply
gaming-
be
Because
that.
it's also
The-
gonna it's or go
The
ahead. dude, go ahead.
capacity it's gonna be able to like be put into the game, or like the detail and everything that's gonna be put into the games should definitely surpass the S.
But you gotta think, like with PCs, if you get a good PC that has 4K, that shit is expensive. So could you imagine what they're gonna do with the Scorpio? At least, like that thing.
You know though that they're gonna sell it for a loss because they have to make up the trust that they broke with the Xbox One because it was not up to par.
They will
with
not sell it
PlayStation.
for a loss. No company does that. But
They have the money to. Do you realize how much money
that's like
Microsoft
not
makes
proper
off of
business. No one does
everything?
that.
No, I'm
They
not saying
may,
a
like,
real
I don't-
loss, but I'm saying they're not going to sell it for I'm saying they will not sell it for over $600.
Oh,
I put
I'm
in the
saying
chat that it's $500.
nah,
I'd go
dude. It's gonna be like,
750.
dude. If anything, if they weren't generous, that shit would be $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying 700 tops.
Dude, no one would. Okay, they would sell so few that it would not have been worth making. Let me just put that out there. They would not sell enough.
That could
I
be
don't know,
true.
man.
I mean, it's like tough. You have competitors.
But the point is, you have to make sales. Like, sure, you sell the Xbox One S, great, but then you throw out the Scorpio, which is basically 1.5 or 2. That can go into semantics later. You've still got to sell it. You know, if people are going to upgrade from the 360, they're not going to want to they didn't want to shell out $300 to upgrade to the One. Why are they going to shell out $700 to go to the Scorpio?
Why are you
You know what I'm
talking
Money with
about the
nothing better to
360,
do.
bro?
Because why else are you going to go so high? Like,
Oh, you're talking
it's
about
one
going
thing.
from the 360 to the S
Yeah,
instead
the
of waiting for
360
the Scorpion?
Yeah. But then if you don't sell the Scorpio for like 500, 600 tops, you are not going to sell enough to even try and make a profit.
I would say the majority of people who like game right now they've invested in next gen.
But like,
At
you
this
think
point.
like
Yeah,
when the Xbox
but
One
I'm not
first
going
came
to
out,
pay $700 for
when the
it.
Xbox One first came out, that shit
I'm
was
not going to.
$500, and look how much people got it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but people were really upset at the quality that it put out because it was not up to par with PlayStation.
PlayStation
don't
4
know.
had a lot of issues when it was first dropped, and I know they still have issues to date a lot more
I mean,
than
PlayStation
Xbox
Network
generally does.
has problems in general. That just
Yeah.
goes with the PlayStation side. Speaking from experience, but I will be honest, the console is better. Just performance wise, I've never dropped a frame on my PlayStation, and I've had several times since the April update where I've dropped frames quite drastically several times in a row on my Xbox. I don't know if it's just my Xbox, but that's just my experience. So, from my experience, my view is that the hardware is better, just from the
True.
experience. But that's what I'm saying though. They need to make it up to that trust, and if they make it even ungodly expensive, it will not come off the shelves.
Not
just
at all.
won't buy
It's
it.
just gonna rot there.
Would
Yeah,
you
it's
pay
gonna sit
750
and
for
rot,
it though?
and they take even more of a hit than if they were to sell it for some of a loss instead of taking an entire loss on a whole console.
Would you pay
So instead of making $500, you lose $700. Like, the difference is huge.
So would you pay 750 or no?
No. Oh God, no. I wouldn't even trade in all
Well,
my games to
What
buy
is
that.
PlayStation? What are they set to price their new model at?
I'd have to look that up, but I doubt they'd go even
Oh
that
my
high.
god, you know what's the
People are
funniest
just
thing?
not gonna pay that $700 for a
The,
console unless they're like a streamer that can pay that.
The
Yeah.
Like,
E3.
the majority of our population
But it's
pay
the
that?
next thing.
Or will they?
It's like everyone gets it no matter what. Like that's just kind of the way like
Not
the economy
true, because
works.
games will still go to Xbox One because it's still going to be an Xbox One. It's just
Bro.
a beefed up. It's like your Ford Civic compared to your Ford Mustang.
I'll say
Like,
though,
it's a really upgraded model. Well, granted, they're two different types of cars, but you know what I
there'll
mean. One's
definitely be
a sports car and one's your average car. Like,
there'll be more
it's-
lag coming like Xbox 360 to Xbox One. I think there'll definitely be more lag of people staying on Xbox One and not getting the new console.
Dude,
Just
you
because
know
like
what's
at this
funny?
point in time, like how much can you do to actually make my gaming experience better? So
The funniest
I
thing
think the performance
that's
will be
what
better. I
some
think it
people
will be better.
think. Yeah,
I mean, I
it will be
personally,
better.
I
No,
will
it
get an
definitely
S.
will be
I will get
better.
an S as long as it is not above 550.
No, dude.
If
You're
it
gonna
is
get
over
an
No,
S.
550,
no. Listen.
or not an
It's-
S, a Scorpio. A
Oh.
Scorpio. I will not pay more than 550. I will trade in my current Xbox and buy that because it'll make it like $300, which I can make in a summer. Easy. But I will not pay more than 550.
Dude, you
as a
wanna know
gamer,
something
I
funny?
think
I personally cannot bring myself, even if I got $200 on my Xbox, and I just could not bring myself to pay that much.
You want to know something
what I
funny?
mean? Like, that's just a big chunk of money.
it's an investment. I mean, you spend a lot of time on it. So
I do, but anything $600? No. Go ahead.
Okay,
it's not
so
unrealistic.
during the E3 conference for Microsoft when they were like revealing the Xbox One and the PlayStation were revealing PS4. PS4. They said
Yeah.
believe it was like $400, and everyone was like, yes, yes. And then comes the Xbox One, and the dude was like, it's gonna be priced at $500, and no one said a single thing. They were like, are you fucking kidding me?
The S or
No,
the
no, the
Scorpio?
Xbox One.
Oh, the original, yeah.
Yeah. But with the S, it's gonna be 400. No. Yeah, it's gonna be 300 for the 500 gigabyte, and then the Xbox One S
Yeah,
with
it'll
1
scale from
terabyte.
there. It'll scale from there.
Yeah, with 1 terabyte, it's gonna be 350, and
But
then
what do
2
you think they're going to
terabytes.
sell the Scorpio for? What do you think?
What do I
Minimum
think? Well,
500 gigabyte
since they're gonna
base model for the
it does,
Scorpio. What
dude.
are they going to sell?
All right, base model. Since they said that it's basically gonna be the best console in the world that could support 4K gaming, 750. That's being
No
generous, dude.
Dude,
750.
after the
I don't see
disappointment
it.
that we
You're gonna have
paid
to nut
for it
up,
with an
Coney.
Xbox One, dude, I will not
The
pay
Knights
that for
don't
that.
have a fucking PlayStation clan as of now, so
I will not pay 750. Let's be
I
honest.
don't see it being lower than that. I
I
really
don't see it going over 700. I've looked at articles and people are just talking about how gamers will not pay that much. Like majority, you gotta be looking at the majority of the market, because otherwise you're not gonna sell enough. You just won't sell enough to cover the losses that you would incur.
right.
Like I said earlier, it's
Hey, we got a Mercy too.
better to sell it at $500 and get 1,000 sales. This is going to be tiny numbers in comparison to what they would actually sell. To sell 1,000 of them and sell it at $500, and let's say you make 2,000 of them. All right, you sell it at $500, 1,000 people buy them. You put it at $700, and only 500 people buy them. You just incurred so much of a loss in money compared to what you just made that it's not worth that $200 price addition. Like, it's just the amount that you will sell for lowering the price more will very much outweigh how much of a loss they're going to take. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, I just hope that like when it actually comes out, I don't care what the price is. I just hope that it doesn't look like a PC tower. Because that's what they were hinting what it's going to look like, an actual PC tower. I just hope it's not that
I'd be
big.
all right with it, to be honest.
I
What
don't
I
know.
want is to be able to hook it up to my laptop and be able to, like OBS stream from my laptop kind of thing. That would be kind of nice, but I don't know if they'd do that. Granted, my laptop is a Mac, so it'd be interesting if they would support that. But yeah, no, I can't see them selling it for $100. I'm still standing at 500.
I don't think so, man.
That's me.
I really don't think so.
That's not even me being hopeful. Like, hopeful is that they sell it at 550, because that's the most I'd be willing to pay. But in reality, I'm gonna say 500, because not enough people are going to buy it if it's over $600.
That's not usually what they do. Is they don't lower the price of the console that they sold so many years ago at 500. It's like they're adding so much new things in it. Why would they price it?
But it's how
differently?
many years has the Xbox One been out? How many?
I don't know.
Like 6, 7, 8, I think.
I think
It's been out for a while. So we've gotten to better technology and all that stuff, so that the price of the stuff has gone down. So what you guys are talking about is like, it's like, look at the 360. What does the 360 sell for now? It's like $100 at most.
Dude, that happens with every console. I think
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
underestimating
that's what I'm saying.
it.
It depreciates
the
in value.
The initial value is
So
always
I'm
high,
saying,
dude.
like,
they drop it like a
yeah.
year or two later. They'll come out with like a new
But
like
I can almost tell you now, GameStop is going to be trading in your Xbox for like $200 as soon as this thing comes out. Like, or even once the S comes out, it's going to be like $200 to trade in your Xbox One. Like, instead of like $250. Like, they're going to drop it down. And
I'll probably keep
so
it.
for that to be the Xbox One S to be $300, I still cannot see them doing much more than $500. I don't know.
Alright,
I could be way off, but
yeah,
I don't know.
whatever. We don't
We've
know.
gone
so
way
we'll find
way
out.
too long on that. Yeah, I just want to thank DJ and Jorge and Gaming for
Hey.
hanging out with us tonight. Be sure to tune in next week when we will officially talk about subclasses
More
and
Destiny
weapon
stuff.
changes. Yeah, for sure,
Definitely,
more
man.
Destiny stuff.
I'll be on next week.
Because and hopefully Iron Banner as well. So Goo, if you want to throw in your Twitch stream plug.
Hopefully we'll be playing Trials tomorrow. I look forward to that. So eventually I'll be
I
streaming.
have a question
if
about the
I'm
Trials
on.
thing. Will it count as last week's Trials Flawless or a new week's Trials Flawless?
It'll be this
It'll
week's.
count as the new weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that mean we're
last
not having
week is in the
Trials on
past.
Friday and stuff?
We'll find. As far as I know, we should have Trials tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We may have trials tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can catch us at KOTPodcast on Twitch, and the space KOT Podcast on Twitter. We are KOT Podcast on YouTube. I am Coney. You can catch me on Twitch every so often at NPDO45 Anaconi. You can catch Goo on
Goku.
Twitch as well at
Yeah.
Goku.
I just wanted to thank everyone who came on today, took the time out of their night, and hopped on the
Yeah.
podcast with us.
Yo, follow me on
Appreciate
IG.
it,
It's
guys.
at Pornhub.
Yeah, sure thing.
my gosh.
You can follow me on Twitch, DJ_Dark_Raven.
Peace.
Jorge, you gonna throw in something, or am I cutting
I
out?
love you, Mom. Thank you for buying me Destiny, and
Classic thank
Yeah.
you, mom thing. Yeah.
and we will not speak of the tacos. No.
All right, everyone. This has been another KOT podcast.
What about
I'm your
gaming?
host, Coney.
What about me?
Last words.
Oh, I thought he left.
Final words.
Oh. So here's some Crucible tips, right? Kick. Aim for the head. Which
This
head?
is
That's
a
up to
dude
you.
that uses a shotgun, just to let everyone know, on a Titan.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm. Why not, man?
Do you have a Twitch or anything that you want to put out
Yeah,
there?
it's just gaming_protocol_. I occasionally
Nice.
stream
All right.
Destiny and stuff.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. This has been our third installment of the KOT podcast. And as